I'm going to install Linux on my parents' old laptop. Why? You try explaining to a Gen Xer why they need an account to use a computer. Oversimplification? Maybe. But that's why I'm making this video. Constant updates to Windows and Mac leaves a lot of computers obsolete. You can upgrade your old computers, but I'm cheap. So I want to find an OS that doesn't need constant updates, doesn't have bloatware, doesn't ask you to log in, and works great on lower spec computers. And I believe Linux is that OS. So here's the plan for today. We're going to install Linux, and we're going to set up basic programs for web browsing, photos, word processing, spreadsheets, and PDF editing. Simple, right? First things first, I have no idea how to install Linux. No worries. We can always ask Google. Wait, so there's not just one Linux. Huh, okay. So there are multiple distributions or distros to choose from, and there are a lot. Which one should I choose? So after a lot of Reddit scrolling, I think a good distro to start with is Linux Mint. And the laptop I'm using, an old Lenovo IdeaPad 3, I think. So let's navigate to Linux Mint's website. Linux Mint, okay. Looks legit. Installation. Okay, cool. They have an installation guide. Nice. I'll read so you don't have to. First up, choose the right edition. Cinnamon? Sure. Looks like it's updated about once a year, and the current version 22 will be supported until June 2029. Now let's figure out how to download. Size is only about 3 gigabytes. Hiku looks legit. Let's do that one. Download it. Next, we have to verify the ISO image. Okay, I don't have Linux installed, so skip. If you are using Windows, follow the tutorial how to verify the ISO image on Windows. Oh geez, that's a lot of reading. Okay, so we have to follow the preparation guide from linuxmint.com. All download mirrors provide the ISO images. Text file in the 256some.text.jpg file. You should be able to find these files in the same place you download the ISO image from. Let's see. Nope, no some text files here. If you can't find them, browse to kernel.org, download mirror, and click the version of Linux Mint release you downloaded. Okay, let's find 22, and oh, okay, so there are the files. Do not copy their content. Use right-click, save link as. Okay, good to know. Right-click, save link as. Let's do it for the other one. Now we have to go download GPG4Win, which will install the Windows installer for GNU PG. Okay, let's do that. Find the folder where get out of here. Now find the folder where your files are downloaded. Let's throw all the files together in the folder and make sure it's on my desktop so it's easier to find. Cool. Okay, hold shift and right click, select open command window. Okay, I don't see that. Oh, okay. So I can use open PowerShell window. Don't remember why, but okay. Once that's open, we have to type command CMD followed by the enter into the window. Now type this command into the command window while replacing the file name.iso with the actual name of the ISO file you downloaded. Easy enough. Command failed. Oh, got to change the name. Okay, now we have to copy this command into the command prompt, and GPG is not recognized as an internal or external command. What? Okay, so it sounds like you didn't install GNU PG correctly. That's what that pop. Okay, so I downloaded it, but I didn't install it. Easy fix. Boop. Okay, it's still not working. Let's try to close and reopen PowerShell. There we go. Perfect. Great. Now, one last command. Cool. As long as it says good signature from Linux Mint ISO signing key root at linuxmint.com and the fingerprint matches, we should be good. Yeah, check and check. Yes. Awesome. We're all set. ISO verified. Now we have to create a bootable media. I'm sure this is similar to how you install Windows if you've ever done that. So hopefully it's the same. For Linux devices, you need something called Etcher. Balena Etcher allows you to flash OS images to SD cards and USB drives safely and easily. Okay, cool. So it's similar to Windows. Let's install. Click select image to pick your ISO file. Click select drive for your USB stick. Oh, forgot a USB stick. One sec. Cool. Now click flash and it looks like we're done. Next step is boot and load. Now that we have a bootable media, we can load Linux from the USB. Okay, let's restart and wait for it. That doesn't look like Linux. Okay. Oh, I actually don't know how to boot from a USB drive. Let's figure that out. Google. So we press the F8 key before the computer fully turns on. Let's try that. Still nothing. Maybe we have to be more specific. How to boot from USB drive. ThinkPad. Press F12 immediately. Discord, get out of here. Let's try that. We finally made some progress. The boot menu finally popped up. So let's go ahead and choose the USB drive SanDisk Cruiser. And Bro, what? Okay, so I reinserted the USB drive and that seemed to have worked. So now we see the Linux boot menu. We can kind of see it's pretty blurry. Just trust, it's the boot menu. Fingers crossed, fingers crossed. Yes. Incredible. Now we have to permanently install Linux. Permanently install Linux on your computer. Let's see, double click, install Linux, done. Select your language, connect to the internet. One sec, if you're connected to the internet, tick the box to install the multimedia codecs. Choose an installation type. If Linux is the only operating system you want to run on this computer and all data can be lost on the hard drive, choose erase disk and install Linux Mint. Let's do that. Select your time zone, enter your user details, and enjoy. Okay, now it looks like all we have to do is restart and boom. Boom, Linux Mint looks so nice. Job's not done though, apparently. Now that Linux Mint is running, there's a few more things we need to do to make it parent friendly. First things first, dark mode, of course. Let's change that. We have to install hardware drivers, any codecs that we might have missed, and enable system snapshots. So now's the best time to do that. Let's see, any hardware drivers? Now for the codecs. If you were online when installing Linux Mint and you took the option to install these codecs, they are already installed. Don't really remember, so let's check just to be safe. Nothing here. Cool. Lastly, system snapshots. Okay. So this is basically Linux's version of restore point. I don't usually enable this, but I probably should. And since this is my first time in a new OS, I will. If my parents run into any issues, this will probably make it easier for me to restore the laptop to a working state, hopefully. I think every month should be fine. I can always change this later. Done and done. Okay, let's get Linux Mint up to date with all of the installs. Done. Now for the apps. For web browsing, the tried and true Firefox with the better Fox settings applied. For photos, there's a default photo viewer, which looks fine. You can edit photos on it. You can view photos and it works pretty well. For documents, I went with LibreOffice, primarily because it's compatible with Microsoft Office Docs, which is definitely a win. And you can even edit PDFs and voila, we're done. So now that I've installed and played around with Linux Mint for a bit, what are my first impressions? Well, I can tell you that Linux is definitely a breath of fresh air. The UI is clean, it's snappy, and it didn't come with any bloatware, at least from what I can see. Everyday tasks like watching YouTube, surfing the web, typing up documents, viewing photos, it's seamless. But that's me. I'll let you know what my parents think later. But hey, if you've been considering a switch from Windows or Mac because you want to try something new, or if you have an old laptop that just can't run Windows or Mac OS anymore, Linux might be the perfect upgrade. And I'm curious, to my seasoned Linux users, what first inspired you to switch to Linux? Drop a comment below. I'd love to hear your stories. This helped make Linux less daunting for you. Go ahead and leave a like. And if you want to see what else I get myself into, subscribe for more.
Technology is the light that will cut through the darkness.